Welcome to our weekly live webinar series. Our featured speakers are Professor Kenny Simon and Miss Christiana Iordanous.
This is the Rockwest trading. Okay, I've got it on demo at the moment. People start having a live account, and then you'll be seeing trading live the signals that we produce together. Okay, so here, because we've actually analyzed the market earlier on, and we've got a hint that GBP, JPY will probably be a good one to actually take a look at to conduct a trend analysis. Now, I want everyone to know trend analysis is very different from a technical analysis. So you should only be conducting a technical analysis after you've conducted a trend analysis. So once you understand the trend of a particular pair, like in this case, it's the GBP, JPY. Okay, this is what you could do, or you could always go onto the market watch itself on this platform. On Rockwest platform, this is your MT5. So we've got a slight difference between MT4 and MT5, but we've got sharper, more effective tools on the MT5. It was GBP, JPY, so there you go. We've got GBP is your Great British Pound. Now, the Great British Pound, GBP, is also known as the cable. Right? Cable is the nickname for GBP. Fiber is a nickname for the euro. And you've got the yen. Yen is always just known as, Japanese yen is always known as just yen. Okay, so there you go. Now we've got, I think that's it. And see. Okay, just switch that one there. Let me just make this a little clearer as well. A little bit better for everyone to see the chart itself. So what I usually do is to get rid of all the grid that you can see. You can do that like that. Okay, and we usually apply some tools, meaning, you've got your trend lines and all that. This one here, we can get rid of that and average right there. Now, when we do a trend analysis, very simple, I'll just demonstrate to everyone that you only need the moving averages. Okay, so what you can actually do is you click on to insert indicators, and then you look at your trend right there, and you want to always look for moving average. Now, what we need to do at the beginning of a trend analysis is to apply three averages. Okay, you've got the 50, the 100, and 200. This is how you do it. I'll show you the first step. You've got the period right there, and we type the first number 50. So it's like 50, 100, 200, and we want to change the method. Click onto that and click on exponential. So you want to have the EMA, not just the MA. MA stands for moving average, but EMA is your exponential moving average. Just, this is my right. A second. Excuse me. Now, on the apply, you want to always have close in there. And I usually just apply three colors, shades of blue, shades of red, one that is lighter than the other or darker than the other. So in this case, let me just demonstrate. I usually just have it blue. You can pick any colors that you want, and then you go on to that. So that's your first line. So that's the 50 moving average. Now, the 50 moving average is simply a line that indicates the movement of 50 days. So the numbers are just the number of days. So that line indicates the average movement based on the number of days that you have selected. So what I've done over the years is just to use the 50, the 100, and the 200 days. Okay, so your 50 days, 100 days, and 200 days. So now you repeat the same thing that you've done and click onto that. Go into indicators, and as you can see, you have got the word trend and the word oscillators and the word volume. So that just means these are the category of indicators under that particular category. So all the ones that you see here are trend indicators, and one of them is the moving average. So we go on there, and then we click on 100. Okay. We need three lines like moving like a river. So this is what we need, and then I'll do that a little bit less dark. And then we'll have that. So that's your second line. That's your 100 moving average. And then that again. Now, of course, we can save this template. We don't need to do this over and over again for all the pairs. and we'll teach you in the next sessions on how you can actually save it. So your templates on your desktop, and you just need to click on it and upload it. Okay, so indicators right there again. Then you go trend, and this is the last exponential moving average. Then you change that number there to 200. That's your last line. You should see a parallel moving line, not the one that's jumbled up or entangled to one another. Okay? So if you have clicked on to close, then you should be okay, and not the other one. So if you see your lines actually sort of jumbled up, just check on the apply to section right here. Make sure it is closed, and also make sure that it's the exponential moving average. Okay, there you go. You can make it yellow. Would you like to make it yellow, Christiana? Okay, great. Okay. And let's do that. So now we've got the three lines. We've discussed this before. The three lines, and these three lines are usually seen on 3 time frames. So you've got all your time frames here. You've got 1 hour, 4 hour, and daily. Okay, so now we are doing an analysis to help us understand what is the real trend of GBP JPY. So we've gone through the first step of the trade plan right there. And this is how we come up with signals. So the signals are simply your analysis. If you come up with a high probability, low risk signal, that means you've gone through some sort of step by step to analyze the market first before you come on the chart. And that's usually a better way of approaching the market, is to understand the real trend of the market, so you can then understand how to trade that particular instrument that you picked. Okay, so that's why they say the trend is your friend, but if you make it your friend, it could literally help you as a friend. Okay, so this is very, very important. So you've got a 1 hour chart. 1 hour chart means very simple for those of you who are new and the newbie, for example, and you will see that we are using candlesticks chart for our analysis, not the different type of charts that are available on this platform as well. So in this platform, MT5 of Rockwest, you could actually literally look at, if you go to view, you see that we've got many toolbars, and we've got time frames like right here, you've got line studies, and everything is ticked already. So let's look at the different types of chart. You have got charts right here. Let me just, I think we need to move that one there, which this one here, create a chart. Not this one here, but if we were to zoom in, it is called a candlestick chart, mainly because it shapes like a candle. You've got 3 types of chart. You've got tick chart right here, candlestick that we are on right now, and very simple line chart. So because of our strategy and approach that we want to share with everyone, we see that the candlestick chart is the best chosen type of chart that we will be using throughout our entire communication and courses together. Okay, so here, for example, we have got the white candle showing that GBP has actually dropped a lot, and then it has risen in the past, but then now it's on the drop. Now we are just focusing on not buy, sell, uptrend, downtrend. No, we are wanting to analyze GBP JPY based on 3 time frames, and that usual time frame that I picked to be very effective are the 4 hour and the daily chart. Okay, so Christiana, you remember all this, right? Because I think this was actually shown to you to understand that we need to make the analysis based on 3 time frames, right? Because a lot of traders out there, what they do is that they analyze the chart based on only 1 time frame, and they go like this. They go onto the M5, for example, which is 5-minute chart, and they look at the current candle and they say, oh, it's downtrend if it's moving downwards, uptrend if it's moving upwards. So that would be a very risky way of doing trend analysis. So the best higher probability way or style of analyzing the trend, because you're doing a trend analysis, not a technical analysis, you've got a technical chart. If you're doing a trend, you're conducting a trend analysis. So all you need to do is go into the 1 hour chart like that. And on the 1 hour chart, you've got the 3 lines right there. 50. Yeah, you remember 50? And brilliant, 10 points for Christian. So we have got three lines indicating to us the movement of the trend. So the three lines could actually move sideways, could actually move like this, like my fingers here, three lines upwards or three lines downwards. Now we see that it's moving at the end, moving towards sideways. They're not moving towards too high, or basically moving downwards. Give me a second. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that, guys. I've got my voice. I think I left home, so I need to get back to it later. That should be okay right now. All right. So here we go. Now we've got three lines on the 1 hour chart showing sideways. Now all we need to do is to understand that there is only trend if all three time frames matches. So if you've got three lines pointing up, three lines pointing down, that means if it's pointing upwards towards the sky, this is not how it's supposed to be if it is an uptrend. So if it's an uptrend, all three lines will be pointing towards the sky, then you've got a clear uptrend in that particular frame. If you've got a match in all three time frames, that means you've got a high probability opportunity for an uptrend or a downtrend. Okay? So now this is a very clear sideways market. So this trend analysis itself will save you not only the time, but the risk of entering at the wrong time and picking the wrong pair to trade for day. Okay, so that's why we see that it's got sideways, 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 pointing at 3 o'clock like this, right? Horizontally. That means you've got a very non-clear. The trend is not clear, not smooth, and not strong for GBP at the moment, based on both chart and also 4 hour chart. Now, obviously, 1 hour, 4 be very simple for those leads out there. Each candle, let's say you are clicking on 4 hour chart, each candle moves for 4 hours and then it changes. You've got a new candle pop up after 4. So that's what it means. So if you have chosen 1 hour, every candle moves for 1 hour before a new one appears. So that's it, very simple. You've got 1 minute right here, the M's. You've got 15 minutes, 30 minutes. You've got the H, 1 hour, 4. And the D stands for daily, your daily chart, your weekly chart, and your 1 month chart. So 1 month meaning every candle represents the movement of 1. So here is the whole month here. Right? Now, this cursor right here, this is called a crosshair. So you're able to actually point to the candle itself, and you can see at the very bottom here, it's highlighted the date. So that's basically was at 1st of January 2025. So that candle will last for 1 month. So it started at 1st of January, it'll end of this month. So on the 31st onwards, so on the 1st of February onwards, will be a new candle. Okay, so you've got a monthly new candle. So now we are still in the month of January right here. So this is still January here. So now let's go back to the trend. So we've got a sideways market for GBP. Now I'll tell you what majority of traders do. Majority of traders actually rush into the trade and say sell, 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 because they are looking at a selling type candle, they're looking at a bearish candle. And they would actually go to a 30-minute chart like this, for example, and they would be looking at it, and because they may have their own strategies or their stopping strategies, so they might actually go anti-trend. But what we are introducing here is more of a trend trade trending type strategy. So here they would actually be selling and selling and selling. The problem with that is that it's quite a risky move. It may be the right for them, for their strategies, but for a trend trader like us, we need to firstly understand what the trend is. The trend on the 1 hour chart, the 4 hour chart, it's sideways. So sideways market, we usually don't do anything, meaning that we wait until the market matures into a stronger trend. The reason for that is because on a sideways market, it's exactly like you putting your finger into a spinning washing machine, because everything is unclear, everything is not really clear for you to understand what the trend is. Then you participate into a market that may confuse you, because the sideways market has got one emotion that predominates, and that is usually uncertainty. Uncertainty, not sure, or you just want to keep back from trading. Sideways market. Okay. So the other thing as well is that uptrend bullish market, the emotion that predominates or governs traders is greed. So greed governs the uptrend, and fear governs the downtrend. So when traders and investors are fearful of the market or fearful of the instruments that they keep, they want to sell it off. So that's where you get a downfall of a very, very strong downtrend. So the downtrend gets stronger and stronger when the fear picks up. But the opposite attracts as well. So when you're attracted to a market that is actually moving upwards or bullish, you want to buy even more and keep in the market, keep trading in the market and buying and buying. That basically is fueled by greed. So you've got greed, certainty on the sideways, greed, the uptrend, and fear that drives the downtrend. Okay, so that's clear. We still have some. Okay, so there you go. I hope that's clear. Anybody has got any questions? So at the moment, the conclusion, if you've got anyone has questions, just type away in the message box and we'll take it from there. So at this moment of time, just demonstrating how we actually conduct the signals, do the trend analysis. Firstly, the GBP JPY is not really a nice pair to actually go further with. That means to trade it at this moment of time would be a very, very risky move, because on the 1 hour chart, 4 hour chart, and daily chart, it's just on a sideways market. It's consolidating. It's not, the market hasn't decided. So when you are in doubt, you need to stay out of the market for a bit for this particular instrument, especially the GBP JPY. So on a daily basis, what I would do with my team is to look out for all the pairs, and then on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Friday, we demonstrate it on how and why we've actually picked the right pair. So in this case, in the webinar today, let's say for Wednesday, we wouldn't be looking at GBP JPY, because GBP JPY was not the pair that we have actually picked. So we wouldn't be picking JPY for today, but there are ways to understand the correlated pairs that may actually move better in trend correlated to the GBP JPY. So at this moment of time, we've just done that one simple step, and we pick one pair. We could actually be picking so many other pairs as well that revolves around the JPY. So revolves around the correlated pair of JPY. Now, usually what happens is that if the Japanese yen indicates some risk event in Japan, that is also a sign of buying of gold as well, because of the of gold being another safe haven. So we'll be looking at as well. We'll be doing a correlation between step 1 right up to step 3. So step 3 will be where we'll be sharing with you the insights of what you could be trading besides GBP JPY, and then we'll get into the technical side. So there is my advice is not to actually prolong your analysis of GBP JPY on the technical side, but we can actually stop here on the trend analysis, because we've got a simple trend. So that's basically it, just to give everyone a snippet of how it's like. And from Wednesday onwards, we'll be digging deep into a list of trends, a list of signals. So what we do here, just describe to you the full plan and what we have picked. But then on the Telegram session, the Telegram itself, you'll be able to then be able to see the right signals on your Telegram. So the Telegrams are the actual signals that will be released, and you'll be able to look at your Telegram, your mobile, and just trade it. And we want to then discuss with you the outcome of all these signals that we have released to you on Telegram. So this is where we want to show you what others don't show, and want to tell you signals that others don't actually tell you about. So you've got practical signals, and these are all real and realistic signals that you can just trade. And we want you to try all these signals out in our Telegram channel, and then tell me and tell us how all these signals do for you, whether they were successful signals, they hit your stop losses, and we will be able to discuss it in our next webinars.
Also,
Yes.
if you have any questions, you can always text us on WhatsApp about today's webinar.
That's brilliant. Yes, that's right. And Christiana will be one of your instructors, probably the main instructor that will be assisting me, will be conducting the on-site seminars or live workshop. We've got the 2 days workshop coming up in March in Indonesia and also in Malaysia. Indonesia in April and Indonesia in April, Malaysia in March. So we are looking forward to see you there. But meantime, feel free to ask as many questions and enjoy the signals and to generate, your income for the day through our signals. So with that, we would like to thank you and look forward for our Wednesdays daily webinar as well, daily signals webinar. So we are talking about the signals on Wednesday. So let's catch up on Wednesday, and we shall be sending you signals from today in your time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Have a good picking day. Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye.